Hi, Anthony.
Hi.
For today's interview, we'll be talking about your experience as a cancer patient and how you brave through all these struggles to come out strong and victorious against cancer. So, without further ado, can you introduce yourself to the viewers and tell
Hi.
us more about your experience and your condition?
Hi. My name is Anthony Yo. I am 77 years old 2 days ago. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer 3 years ago by my urologist for BPH. So one fine day, he discovered that my PSA was slightly on the higher side. So he thought that I should be consulting his good friend Dr. Jeffrey Tuan at the National Cancer Center. So 2 weeks later, I went to see Dr. Jeffrey Chuan, and after all the procedure, he has confirmed that I have this prostate cancer. And fortunately, it was at the earlier stage. Dr. Jeffrey Chuan was very kind enough to put me in the clinical trial, meaning that I'll be monitored for 2 years instead of 1 year or 6 months for a normal patient. So I was undergoing a special type of radiotherapy lasting 9 times instead of the normal for about 6 weeks. And I was very happy after the radiotherapy, and everything was quite fine. So Dr. Tuan saw me once in 3 months. The last visit, he has confirmed that I see him only once a year. My PSA result is very good. It's 0.23.
Oh,
Before I got, when I was diagnosed, it was 9, which is very bad. So for a normal person, the 0.3 is considered normal.
Oh, yeah, you've come a really long way.
So my advice to people who has got BPH to consult their urologist and ask for a diagnosis for possible prostate cancer. And if they unfortunately should have that cancer, they should, first thing first, they should not be phobiatic of their illness and ask themselves why me and that sort of thing. They should go for regular exercise and appropriate diet, and most importantly, must manage their stress level. There are a lot of good booklets at the cancer center to read and to be informed what to do. And of course, I encourage them to join the support group, which is called Walnut Warriors. So I think that's about all I can tell most of you all. And good luck. Thank you.
That's really nice. So, yeah,
Not
then
too short, I hope.
yeah, that's good. Then now we'll move on to some other questions. Yeah, so the first one is that coming to terms with the illness definitely isn't easy. So can you tell us more about what were your greatest fears when you first got diagnosed and how you managed to cope with it?
When I was told that I have this cancer, my greatest fear was like any other person to think that cancer is a really deadly illness. But with all the counseling and all the literature I read and all my friends who have similar problem, I managed to overcome such fear. And furthermore, I'm under good hands by expert Dr. Jeffrey Tuan. So that gave me added confidence. I also joined the regular exercise conducted by the Walnut Warrior, the
Mm.
weekly walk at the botanical garden, and other activities like health talk related to cancer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's very nice. So you mentioned that under the Walnut Warriors, you are given a lot of opportunities to come to walks, attend health talks, and all of this. So it seems like exercise has played a very important role in your journey against cancer, right? Can you tell us more about some of the other measures you took to battle cancer and how you think viewers, especially those who may be diagnosed with cancer, can better cope with their disease?
Uh, Regarding the after illness, I would encourage, besides joining the Walnut Warrior activity, also get the doctor to recommend for cancer rehabilitation program at SGH. This program is specially tailored for cancer patients with exercise regularly by qualified physiotherapists and also other related talk like diet, stress control, and other aspect of this measure.
Right. Yeah, so I think that was really nice to hear. And I'm sure that in your fight against cancer, there were definitely moments where you felt lost or helpless. Can you tell us about some of the greatest challenges that you faced when getting diagnosed with cancer?
During the initial onset of this cancer, I had a lot of nightmare and also insomnia. So, with the help of the psychiatrist in SGH, I have managed to control and combat such a problem. And with a bit of medication also.
Yeah, that's nice. Then, throughout your journey, was there any particular pillar of support that brought you through this journey? So, for example, your friends for supporting you, your family for helping you. Mm.
I had a lot of support from Walnut Warrior fellow people, as well as my family, my neighbors, my friends, and a few of my schoolmates who were GPs, and also other people like my former schoolmates, classmates, and a lot of other supporters.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. Then, beyond that, you mentioned that you went for radiation therapy for your cancer, right? Were there any side effects that came with it?
And
Side effects.
regarding the radiotherapy, there were little or no side effect for my case. So I encourage people to go for such a treatment. There was another alternative where there's a surgery to remove the whole thing, the whole prostate that is.
Mm.
But I suggest discuss with the doctor in charge and also your family member to decide on that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really good advice because we know there are a lot of different types and different forms of cancer. So even prostate cancer itself can have many different variations. So it's best to understand your condition through visiting your doctor and understanding the best treatment that suits your particular condition if you are diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks a lot for that
No
advice.
question.
And moving on from there, right, we we have a curious question for you, which is that if you could go back 30 years, back to the old you, what is one piece of advice that you have given yourself?
In what aspect? In the lifestyle or
It can be anything.
my advice to people who are at the age of 60 and above have to go for annual PSA test, and that's the most important aspect. Lifestyle, take a balanced diet, control your stress, do exercise, if possible, to be prescribed by a qualified physiotherapist or doctor. And of course, when such a sickness comes, don't be phobic and worry yourself. Probably you will die of worry than die of cancer. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So remember to keep healthy, go for frequent checkups, and always keep a positive attitude.
Yeah.
And actually, for the third point, do you have any tips on how we can adopt a more positive or optimistic outlook on life?
Okay. I think in order to have a more positive outlook on life, one should live in day-type compartment. That is, live one day at a time,
Yeah.
and not to worry unnecessary, because I think 70% of the worry doesn't come at all, according to statistics. So that's my take-home message.
Yeah. And just another question would be that throughout this really tough journey against cancer, did you have any moments which you particularly enjoyed, or is there anybody that you are particularly grateful for?
Oh, during this period of recovery, the most important people are those support group called the Walnut Warriors. We can exchange notes regarding our post-cancer criteria, and also we have a lot of other activities like exercise, talk, and also go for meals, etc.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So, to end off, what is one piece of advice that you would give to our viewers? It can be any advice, be it cancer related or just life in general.
I see. Let me see.
Yeah, you can take your time.
Okay. Generally, I think we have to live a simple life, and also what is known as minimalism in the new term, and that will bring you a long way and hopefully a longer life. Thank you.
Yeah, so just focus on the most important aspects of life and
Simplicity,
ignore all
minimalism.
the like extras, all the fluff and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's a very good piece of advice to give our viewers. In passing, do you have any other words for our viewers? Any other advice? Anything to say?
I think I already said a lot already. I think enough. Become too naggy. I think.
I'm sure there
I'll
are,
be repeating almost the same thing but in different words.
but we have plenty of good discussions today, and I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you.
So, if that's the case, thank you for
Thank you. No
coming.
mention. Bye bye.